Hi, Wonder Class, and welcome to our Tuesday, the 12th of January 2021 maths lesson. So the first thing we're going to do in today's maths lesson is for everybody to have a go at completing the arithmetic. So just like last week, I want you to try again and pause the video, time yourself, and see how long it takes you to complete these questions. So remember, just pause the video. When you press play, I will then reveal the answers to you. Okay, so you should have had some time to complete these questions. So I'm just going to go through them with you. So 84 divided by 2 equals 42. 72 divided by 4 equals 18. 84 divided by 6 equals 14. 96 divided by 8 equals 12. 63 divided by 9 equals 7. And onto the other side of the board, 68 divided by 2 equals 34. 51 divided by 3 equals 17. 84 divided by 8 is 10 remainder 5. 95 divided by 5 is 19, and 68 divided by 4 is 17. So those are the answers for the arithmetic. So let's see what we're learning about today. So in today's lesson, it asks you to find out if you can multiply two-digit numbers by a single digit. So let's see a different method of how we can actually carry this out. So here's just a quick question to get your brains thinking. Yusuf multiplies two single-digit numbers together and gets a two-digit answer whose digits add together to make 10. You have 1 minute to find as many possible multiplications as you can. So what I would do with this question is I would have a think in my head, what two numbers can I add together to make 10? And then find the multiple of them. That might be the trick way around it. So have a go, pause your screen for a minute, and then press play when you're ready and see if you can find the answer. Okay, so you should have had a chance to pause your screen and have a look. So there are only two possible multiplications. You have just spent a minute trying to find what isn't there. So there isn't many possible, there's only two. And the two multiplications are 7 times 4, which equals 28, and 8 times 8, which equals 64. And you might be wondering how. I was exactly the same. When I first saw this question, I was thinking to myself, what does that even mean? How do I get the answer? And then I figured it out. So if you look at the number 28, 2 and 8 together make 10. And if you look at the answer 64, 6 and 4 together make the number 10. So the question was actually, if you break it down, it was asking you to really find out if you times two single-digit numbers together, how can you get an answer where the digits together, if you add them together, make 10? So there you have it. 7 times 4 is 28, and 8 times 8 equals 64. So that's just a way of getting your brain to be thinking. Right, let's move on to our learning for today. So what can you see here, and how might we be able to show it as a multiplication question? So I'm just going to show you what I would do with this question. So if you follow my cursor, we have a question which is asking us to times. So let's find out actually what it's asking us to times. So it's asking us to do 12 times 3, but how is that happening? So if you look over here, we have 10 and 2 ones. So 10 and 2 ones we know makes 12, which is why we have the number over here, 12. And then how many rows do we have? 1, 2, 3. So we've got 3 rows. So we now know that we're doing 12 times 3. So I'm just going to make my screen bigger. And I'm going to put my board up so you can have a look. So if we look carefully at the board, we are doing 12 times 3. So what I say always helpful is to make sure I've got my 10s and my 1s. So let's see how we're going to work this question out. So we do 2 times 3, so we go down first. 2 times 3 equals 6. And then we go across this way. 1 times 3 equals 3. So we now know that the answer to 12 times 3 equals 36. Okay, let's go and have a look at the next question. Okay, so here we have, oh no, sorry, I just skipped this one. So let's just have a look at this one again. So here we have our 10s and our 1s. So the question is asking us 13 times 4. You might be thinking how? Let's have a look again. So we've got 1 10, which we know is 10, and we've got 3 1s, so that makes 13. So 13, and the times by 4 part comes from how many rows we have. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. We've got 4 rows. So now we know that the question we're trying to work out is 13 times 4. So I'm going to do it on here. So first you would do 3 times 4, and it's 12. So what we would do here is you would put the 2, and you need to exchange the 1. So you put the 1 underneath the 1's column, the 10's column, sorry. Then it's a little bit like when you add and you exchange. Then you would do 4 times 1, which equals 4. And don't forget to add your remainder over here, which is 4 times 1 is 4, add 1 is 5. So your answer is 52. So remember, you can't do 3 times 4 is 12 and add and put the 12 in here. You put the 1s from the 12 column, and the 10 gets carried and exchanged over to the 10s part, and then you need to make sure you add it in once you've times it together. Let's have a look at this question. So it's asking us to find out how many 10s go in there and how many 1s. So we've got the number 34, which means we're going to have 3 10s. So we're going to have 3 10s, and we're going to have 4 1s, because it's 34 and we're splitting it up. And then we're going to have a think, well, how many times am I going to need it? 6. So let's move it over. Oops, sorry. 3, 4. 6. And then we've got our let's see, I'm going to move them across as well. So we'll be able to see. Oh. Right, I'm just going to write them in. So we've got it going across 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So here we have, if I change the color, we've got 34 times 6. And the reason we're timesing it by 6 is because we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rows. Yes? So what we're going to do now is we're going to times 6 by 4. So what is 6 by 4? 6 times 4, 6, 12, 18, 24. So 24 is 6 times 4. So we're going to put the 4 here from the 1s and carry the 10s over here. Then we're going to do 6 times 3, 6, 12, 18. 18 add 2, 18, 19, 20 is 20. So your answer is 204. Okay, what you're going to do is you're going to pause the video now and have a go at working these out. You can do them on a whiteboard and take a picture, or you can do them on a piece of paper and then take a picture to be sent to Tapestry. So have a go, and once you've unpaused the video again, the answers will be revealed. Okay, So you've had some time to have a go at these questions. I'm going to reveal the answers to you. So 32 times 6 is 192. 69 times 5 equals 345. 26 times 3 equals 78. 53 times 6 equals 318. 85 times 2 equals 170. And 79 times 4 equals 360. So let's have a look at this question over here. It says there are 28 children in a class. Each of them brings £6 to school as a donation for charity. How much money do they raise altogether? So because we're looking at the answer altogether, we're going to times the amount of children by the amount they each bring to school. Now, there's 28 children and they all bring £6. So let's have a go at working this out. So 8 times 6 is 48. Just to show you visually, this is the number 48. So you take the 8s from the what, because remember, this is the tens column and this is the ones column. So from the tens here and the ones here, you take the ones and you put 8 there and you carry the tens to the tens column, yes? Then you do 6 times 2, which is 12, and 12 add 4. Don't forget to add your remainders here is 16. So your answer is 168. So in total, the class raised £168. Don't forget the pound sign altogether. So James has tried to work out these answers, but he has made some mistakes. Can you see what he has done and correct his mistakes? So again, here you can just pause the video, have a go and have a go at this and see if you can find out where he's gone wrong. When you press play, I will also reveal the answers. So pause it, and when you're ready, press play. So let's have a look. 56 times 5. 56 times 5 is 280, because what the person did here, James, was 6 times 5 is 30 and he didn't carry the 3. 94 times 4 there is a mistake by not adding your carry. So 4, 8, 12, when you do 4 times 4 is 16, you put the 6 and you carry the 1, and they haven't added the 1 that they've left over when they did 9 times 4. 46 times 3, there's an error here because they've done 6 times 3, which is 18, and James hasn't exchanged his 1, he's just put 18 there, but you need to put 18 into your tens column. So the answer was 138. So here is your final part of your lesson and the work that you need to complete today. So there are 3 challenges for you to have a go at. It says use a written method to complete the multiplications. It's up to you how you do it. Some of you might like using the method that we did last week, which was where we partitioned the number. So take, for example, 38 times 6. You might do 30 times 6 and then 8 times 6 and add it together. Or you might just do the method that I've shown you today, but remember to carry carefully. If it helps, remember to use this part, hundreds, tens, and ones, when you are writing out your questions. I know a lot of you might not be using squared paper at home. You might be using plain paper or even line paper. Just make sure, whatever you're doing, you're making sure you're writing your numbers in the correct column, because once they're in the wrong column, the answer will completely be confusing and you probably won't get the right answer. So really make sure you're working on not just the presentation for keeping up with making sure you're producing good presentation, but presentation so that it's helping you to understand your maths and helping you to keep going with these questions at home. So that's all from me today. I will see you in tomorrow's lesson. See you later, everybody.